moves away tomorrow, you can see that the maximum rainfall is concentrated over the northern Palawan area, and then you still have this rainfall, so around light to moderate in this area of Aurora and Isabela. So because of the interaction with the northeast monsoon or Amihan. So conditions improve as the system moves away. So by tomorrow evening, maximum rainfall is already offshore. The worst of the tropical depression is offshore. So here is the to show you the winds. So you have this. So if we follow the line here, you can see wind is flowing from China downward and then spinning into tropical depression. Samuel, and then as you can see, a much stronger. So you have the orange color here, much stronger system approaching the Philippine area of responsibility. So Friday. So by Friday, much of the country has the weather has improved, apart from the new surge of the northeast monsoon. So here it's not very. We don't really feel it in Metro Manila, but actually, I think the climate people will explain that. But actually, in northern Luzon, it's business as usual, more or less. So you have this the convergence of the northeast monsoon, and then you have the warmer easterlies that is being pushed northward by Samuel. So here is the illustration. So the extent of the northeast monsoon, Bicol region and Mimaropa area, so southern Luzon. And then you have this incoming tropical storm. So by this time, it could be a tropical storm. So approaching the Philippine area of responsibility as the Samuel leaves the Philippine area of responsibility. So by Saturday morning, back to dry weather, so no significant rainfall across the country except for the northeast monsoon interacting with Sierra Madre mountain range of northern Luzon. And of course, you have the new system. For our outlook, so as of now, it's not yet, so there's high uncertainty on the track, but most likely it will curve upward towards Japan. But of course, it remains to be seen if in the succeeding model run, so the scenario might change because it's still 5 days away. Okay, so basically by Sunday, the approaching system has still no effect on the weather apart from the surge of the Amihan or the northeast monsoon affecting Bicol region and the eastern section of Luzon. Okay, so here is the large system approaching the Philippine area of responsibility. So in this scenario, it looks like it's the Philippines is dodging a bullet, so it will not affect the country. But of course, we will continue monitoring this new system. Okay, so of course, in the near future, Bicol region, Mimaropa, which is southern Luzon, and Quezon are expected to have to experience moderate to heavy rains. Caution for those residents living in those areas. Of course, the main threat is rainfall, not so much the winds. And then, of course, small sea crafts, yung mga bankero natin, inaabisuhan pa rin na wag po munang pumalaot. So, to keep away from hazardous sea conditions over much of the northern and eastern seaboards of Luzon. And then, of course, as the tropical depression moves westward, so it's moving very fast, we'll be expecting lifting of tropical cyclone warning signals in the succeeding bulletins. Okay, thank you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Nico. So that's the latest from weather forecasting and continue to monitor the weather, of course, only from PAGASA. Now for the status of our dams, we would like to call on hydrologists from HMD Hydromet Division, Mr. Elmer Caringal. Let's clap our hands.
Good morning to all of us. Bali, dam update po tayo dito sa mga minomonitor nating major river basin, dito lang po sa Luzon area. Bali, for the benefits of yung mga new dito sa forum na to, introduce ko muna po ulit yung mga dam natin at saka yung pong mga river basin. So we have 5 major river basin na minomonitor natin dito sa Luzon area. So meron po tayong Pampanga, Agno, Bicol, Cagayan, and yung pong bago, yung Pasig, Marikina. So doon po sa, meron po tayong 3 major river basin na meron po tayong nakapaloob na mga major dam na minomonitor po natin. So dito po sa Pampanga River Basin, meron po tayong 2 dam dito, yung pong Pantabangan Dam, which is located sa may Nueva Ecija. Then yung sa yung Angat Dam dito po sa may San Rafael, Bulacan. So dito naman sa may Cagayan River Basin, ito po yung pinakamalaking basin. We have 1 dam dito, yung pong Magat Dam, na ino-operate po ng NIA dahil po for irrigation dam. Pero nag-generate din po ito ng kuryente. Then dito po sa may Agno River, meron po tayong 3 dam dito na series of dam, yung pong Ambuklaw Binga, then yung pong San Roque Dam, yung po yung 3, Ambuklaw Binga, then San Roque Dam. Yung pinapakawalan ng tubig ng Ambuklaw Binga, sinasalo po ng San Roque Dam. So, series of dam, parang yung lahat ng So, minomonitor lang po namin dito sa 3 dam. Pinaka-minomonitor namin is yung San Roque. So, bali, update po tayo sa mga dam natin as of 6 a.m. today. So, yung Angat Dam, ang kanyang present elevation is 202.60. Meron pa po siyang 7.40 para ma-reach niya yung normal high na 210. So, ito po yung normal high niya. Kailangan po ng 7.40 para ma-reach niya to. Then, yung IPO, meron po tayong 101.04. Ang normal high niya is 101. So, medyo above the normal high siya ng halos maliit lang, 0.04. Then, La Mesa Dam, 76.88. Ang kanyang overflow level is 80.15. So, medyo, meron pa po siyang 3.27 meters para ma-reach niya itong overflow level na 80.15. Then, ito nga yung series of dam, Ambuklaw, Binga, San Roque. Yung Ambuklaw, 749.71. Ang normal high niya is 752. So, kailangan niya pa ng 229 para magpakawala siya ng tubig. Pero hindi naman porket na-reach niya yun, nagpapakawala na kaagad. It depends kung may system na magbibigay ng maraming pagtaas ng tubig. Then yung Binga, ang 573.67, need na po yung 1.33 para ma-reach niya yung 575. Ito nga po yung sinasabi ko, yung Ambuklaw Binga, San Roque, dito pupunta yung tubig na pinapakawala ng Ambuklaw Binga or nag-generate sila ng kuryente kasi series of dam to. So, San Roque siya bumabagsak. So, yung San Roque Dam, 282.58. Yung normal high niya is 280. 2.58 above the normal high na siya. So, hindi naman ibig sabihin, magbabawas na siya ng tubig. Lalo ngayon, November, December, January, February, medyo papasok yung dry season. Meron pa ata tayong El Nino, so minomonitor natin siya ng medyo maayos para hindi naman ma-short sa tubig. Then yung Pantabangan Dam, 219.10. Ang normal na niya is 221. Meron na po siyang 1.90 lang para ma-reach niya yung 221. Pero bihira itong magpakawala ng tubig o umangat ng ganito. Yung Magat, 190.70. So, Ang normal high niya is 193, so kulang pa siya ng 230. So Kaliraya is 287.39. So bali ito yung hydrograph ng mga minomonitor nating major dam. So yung Angat Dam, mapapansin natin, ang dark blue, yun po yung hydrograph ng 2018. So ito po siya. So ito yung time na meron tayong dalawang bagyong magkasunod, si Queenie at saka si Rosita. So medyo umangat siya, pero hindi siya nagpakawala ng tubig. Kasi nga medyo kailangan pa niya yung tubig. So, tsaka meron naman siyang buffer zone, hindi naman porket na-reach niya yung normal high, is itatapon. So kaya niya pang maghawak ng mga more than, medyo malaki-laki pang tubig. So ang naging nakikita natin dito, medyo sumubsob siya. Bali ito yung present elevation niya as of kanina, yung 202.6. Bali ito siya. So mababa siya sa roll curve halos ng halos point something. Mababa siya. So hindi naman porket mababa siya sa roll curve, but hindi na siya makaka-operate na maganda. But at least ang maganda kasi sa isang dam, yung roll curve, above the roll curve siya, or kung mababa naman, konti lang, para medyo ma-operate, ma-satisfy yung dam, kung paano niya i-operate ang isang, like yung mag-generate ng kuryente, mag-irrigation, then particular nga dito sa Angat, ito rin yung halos 97% ng tao sa Metro Manila is dito kumukuha ng tubig, mga gamit natin pang araw-araw. So parang na-observe namin, medyo maliliit lang yung rainfall na pumapasok sa watershed ng Angat, then medyo malaki yung allocation, then pati yung ginagamit natin. So kaya medyo gumanon siya. So itong San Roque Dam, ito rin yung time na si Rosita nananalasa dito nga sa Northern Luzon. Then yung nagpakawala yung Ambuklaw-Binga, then yung nga sabi ko, series of dam, bumagsak sa San Roque. Then halos nagganon siya. Tumaas baba dahil nagbabawas sila ng tubig. Then so far medyo continuous yung inflow na pumapasok sa Roque, kaya medyo gumanyan yung niya, above the roll curve, above the normal high na siya. Then Pantabangan Dam, ito yung time na parang medyo gumanda yung water elevation ng Pantabangan Dam. Itong mga nakaraang taon, 2016, 2017, halos below the roll curve siya. Ito yung roll curve niya, yung kulay yellow. So far nakita natin, yung ngayon, yung 2018, medyo gumanda siya. Nagtaas siya. So medyo maganda yung elevation ng water elevation ng mga dam natin. Bali ito yung Magat Dam, bali ito rin siya. Halos umabot din siya ng time nung may bagyo, umabot din siya sa normal high, kaya nagbawas din siya ng tubig, pero maliit lang. Na-retain nila, na-maintain nila dito sa elevation na medyo mataas. Bali yung assessment natin galing sa CAD, yung mga forecast based rainfall natin. So dun sa Angat, ang average rainfall na ibinigay sa amin is 156. So meron pa siyang allocation na 66 kung tama ito, pero ito yung hinihingi namin to sa mga dam. Then ang ating projection sa last day of December, bali aabot siya sa 191.50 lang. So medyo maliit yung assessment natin ng yung rainfall na forecast natin, 156. So 191.50 ang magiging in the end of December using 0.08 yung coefficient niya. So ang magiging level natin is 191.50. So, ang magiging natin, normal ay 212. So, meron tayong shortage o deviation na halos 20.5. Medyo malaki. 20.5. So, ang kailangan natin para ma-reach natin yung 212 sa end of December is kailangan 345 millimeters of rainfall. Medyo halos kalahati lang yung forecast rainfall na yung projection natin. So medyo, ito nga, bababa siya. Ito yung analysis namin. Then yung sa San Roque, 65 lang yung rainfall. Dahil ata may El Nino, 65 lang, medyo maliit din. So ito rin yung projection natin, 262.65. So medyo mababa siya. Halos meron siyang below the normal high or yung spilling level na halos 17.35 meters. So far, medyo natin kasi hindi namin nakuha yung rainfall needed para maris niya kasi nasa siya ngayon, above the normal high. So yung Pantabangan Dam, 102 yung projected na basin rainfall natin or sa watershed. So in the end of December, bali 205.41 yung magiging water elevation niya. So, sa 221, meron siyang short na 15.59 para maris niya yung 221. So, ang namin is 220 rainfall ang kailangan para maris niya to. So, medyo maliit po itong 102. So, medyo, kaya ang tendency talaga, nakikita natin yung puro naka-arrow down yung mga minamot nating major dam. So, yung Magat, 115, ang projected natin after in the end of the December, 93.47. So, na-reach niya yung 193 na water elevation. So, kaya pala medyo nakabawas. Ito nga po, ito yung mga allocation, 66, 73 sa San Roque, sa Pantabangan, 160. Medyo malaki yung allocation ng Pantabangan by December kasi nga taniman ata ito ng crops o kung anumang ano. So kailangan magbigay ng tubig ng Pantabangan sa mga farmers natin. Kaya medyo malaki yung allocation. So sa Magat, 95 yung allocation. So in the end of December, bali yung Magat, 193, ang mariris niya is 193.47. Halos meron siyang above the normal high na 47.47. So ito lang yung kailangan niyang rainfall. So medyo malaki yung nabigay na rainfall natin. Ito yung nasa Cagayan River Basin, nasa east of Northern Luzon. So medyo Amihan ata yung makaka-apekto dyan. So 23 lang yung kailangan. So bali, ang analysis namin is medyo, yun nga sabi ni ma'am, may El Nino minomonitor. So medyo maliliit yung ulan. So medyo ang trend makikita natin is pababa lahat. So, except itong Magat ay medyo tataas lang ng konti. Medyo maganda yung elevation niya. So, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Elmer. So, tibit tubig. So, that's the sounding message. Okay, last October, we don't have the Climate Outlook Forum. So, for today, we will review the 3 months, the September, October, and then up to November 20. Without further ado, let's call on Ms. Cherry Jane Cada for the review of the climate conditions, weather specialist from ClimSCAD.
Magandang umaga po ulit. So, I'm here to present the climate review for the end of September because yung 1 to 23 of September po was already reported in the 106 forum. So, bigay ko po yung end of, yung monthly report po of September up to November 18, 2018. So, the topics in my presentations are the past and so conditions, the weather systems that affected our country during the period, and then the monthly climate assessment for rainfall, temperature, and tropical cyclones, and yung summary po nasa naka-simplified form. So this is the sea surface temperature anomalies which PAGASA monitors for the past 12 weeks. So from August 29 up to November 14. So from the from the legends, makikita po natin, as you can see, yung white color is between negative 0.5 to 0.5, which means normal or neutral. And then above 0.5 is we have warming, yung yellow to orange up to red. And then negative 0.5 and below, which is yung blue naman po, we have cooling. So we are here po, doon sa west, yung ating bansa, our country. So across the Pacific Ocean, so we can see for the past 12 weeks, so we have a warming since, yung warming po is since pa noong July ngayong year. So for, this is the latest weekly SST departure, Nino 3.4, so we have 0.7 po. So as of November 19, so we can see from this figure on the right that yung Nino 3.4 since July, so makikita po natin na it is 0.4 and then nag-progress po siya up to above 0.5 nung end of September up to November, ngayon present. So it is decreasing a little pero it is still on warming. So the most recent Oceanic Nino Index, ONI value for August, September, October season is 0.4. So this is also the figure of weekly sea surface temperature anomaly at Nino 3.4 region. So above 0.5 is El Nino threshold, yung red. And then below negative 0.5 is La Nina threshold. So this is yung katulad kanina, pinakikita ko lang na yung weekly sea surface temperature anomaly since July ay nasa 0.4. So, nitong October, nag-above 0.5 na siya, 0.6, and then nag-increase siya up to 1.2, and then decreasing a little up to 0.7. So, next. So, ano pala, between is neutral, 0.5 and negative 0.5. So, Pag-asa ENSO alert system status, so we are still at El Nino watch. So warm ENSO neutral condition has persisted during August, September, October 2018 season, and majority of climate models predict a probability of reaching El Nino threshold by end of November 2018. Next. During El Nino, so, ito po yung mga ini-issue natin sa Pag-asa. So, ngayon, pag may nakikita po tayo na development of El Nino condition within the next 6 months, we issue po yung El Nino Watch. So, nakapag-issue na po kami noong July. And then, so kapag nakikita po namin na yung may El Nino na, may ongoing El Nino, so yung El Nino Watch po is replaced by El Nino Advisory. So, ito po ay kapag in-expect din namin na yung 3-month Oceanic Nino Index is magpe-persist during the forecast period. And then we issue din po yung final El Nino Advisory kapag nagbalik na po sa negative 0.5, between 0.5 to negative 0.5 yung ating Oceanic Nino Index. So this is the monthly climate assessment and outlook for September, October, and we issued it last October 5, so it is already posted in our website. And this is also our monthly climate assessment for October, November 2018, and it was issued last November 6, also posted on our website. So ito po yung aming simplified form, and then yun po yung may sign ng ating administrator. So this is the ENSO events in the Philippines, so from 1991 up to 2018. So we can have from the legends, WS means weather situation, DA, the drought advisory, El Nino, red, La Nina is yung blue naman po. So yung from 1991, only 2, we issued only 2, and then meron tayong gap ng 1992, 93, 94, and then 95, yan, nag-start po tayo. And then yung weather situation po, it was replaced by monthly climate assessment on outlook. So ito po yung ini-issue natin kapag there's no El Nino event or La Nina event. So ngayon pong 2018, makikita natin na since July, we have already issued El Nino Watch. So these are the weather system that affected our country for September to November. The low pressure area, enhanced southwest monsoon, tail end of cold front, localized thunderstorms, ridge of high pressure area, intertropical convergence zones, easterlies, northeast monsoon. So yung northeast monsoon was issued last October 26, na press release po ito. And we have tropical cyclones. So for the month of September to November, we have 7 tropical cyclones that enter the Philippine area of responsibility. TY Maymay, September 2, TD Neneng, September 10, TY Ompong, September 12 to 15, TY Paeng, September 23 to 29, Typhoon Queenie, October 1 to 4, Typhoon Rosita, October 27 to 31, and TD Samuel, November 18, so hanggang Friday po yata. So these are the definitions of terms of those weather systems. So tropical cyclone and associated rainfall for the month of September. So we have 4 tropical cyclones in September. Typhoon Maymay, Jebi, September 2. TD Neneng, September 10. TY Ompong, Manghut, September 12 to 15. And TY Paeng Trami, September 23 to 28. So from this, makikita po natin na si Typhoon Maymay, so pumasok lang po siya sa Philippine Area of Responsibility. It just entered our PAR, but it's all on the same day, nag-exit din siya. So it brought light to moderate rains on our country. Dito po sa Central Luzon. And then for the cumulative rainfall of tract of TD Neneng, so same with Typhoon Maymay. So it developed inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility as tropical depression. So it moved westward, and then on the same day, it exit also on that same day. So wala po itong, it has no, did not cause any direct effect on our country. So for the Typhoon Ompong Manghut, September 12 to 15, so ito po yung nakapagdulot sa atin ng damages and destruction. So before it entered in a Philippine Area of Responsibility, it was already a typhoon category. So when it entered the PAR, about 200 km per hour yung kanyang intensity, so it decreases to 150 due to some unfavorable atmospheric conditions. So bumaba din siya. And then before it reached the landmass, medyo humina na po ito at nag-landfall po ito sa Bagao, Cagayan. And then nakapagdulot po ito ng moderate to heavy rains sa northern and central Luzon. And then nag-cause po ito ng floodings and landslides doon sa mountainous areas of Caldera administrative regions. And then si track of Typhoon Paeng Trami naman po, makikita natin, pumasok din po ito sa ating Philippine Area of Responsibility as typhoon, pero moving westward, nag-northward po ito. So hindi po natin ito in-expect na magla-landfall. And then, it did not cause any direct effect po on our country. So, tropical cyclone associated for the month of October, si Typhoon Queenie, Kongray, October 1 to 4, and Typhoon Rosita, Yuto, October 27 to 31. So makikita rin po natin, as you can see from the map, so makikita natin Typhoon Queenie, pagpasok po niya is typhoon din siya, moving west to northward, palabas po ng Ryukyu, Japan. So ito po, hindi natin in-expect na magla-landfall din at nakapagbigay din po ito ng light to moderate rain sa ating, light to at times moderate lang po sa ating bansa ng ulan. And then the cumulative rainfall and track of Typhoon Rosita naman po, U2. So ito po, as early as October 21, PAGASA started monitoring this typhoon. So pagpasok po niya, typhoon na rin ito. And then naglandfall po ito sa Dinapigue, Isabela. And then nagbigay po ito ng mga pag-ulan din ng moderate to heavy rain sa northern, same with Typhoon Ompong na sa northern and central Luzon. So nagbigay po ito ng widespread damages din po doon sa area ng Caldera Administrative Region. So ito po yung satellite image of Typhoon Rosita. Makikita po natin na yung circulation niya is very big and then very distinct po yung kanyang mata. So yung intensity po nito nasa 200 km per hour. Pero upon dun po landfall po is bumaba na po ito. So this is the effects of Typhoon Rosita. Daily rainfall observation from selected synoptic stations in Luzon for the period covering 27 to 31 October. So yung October 30 was the wettest day during the typhoon passage. Baguio and Cabanatuan stations in northern and central Luzon recorded the highest 24-hour rainfall, 140 mm during this period. So ito po yung mga station, 22 synoptic stations in Luzon. So makikita po natin na na-reach po ng Baguio and Cabanatuan yung 140 during October 30. So these are some of the effects of Typhoon Rosita in northern Luzon. So ito po yung mga damages in properties and agriculture. These are the national situational reports from NDRRMC, CTREP number 15. So the effects of Typhoon Rosita. So yung incidents monitored, 20 incidents, landslides, flooding, and capsized boat were reported in regions 2, Calabarzon, and Cordillera Administrative Region. So yung a total of 65,340 families or 254,454 persons were affected. And then meron din po tayong casualties of 11 deaths, 2 injured, and 1 missing in regions of Calabarzon and Car. And damaged houses of 7,904. And then, meron din pong suspensions of classes and work in regions 1, 2, 3, Calabarzon, 5, Car, and NCR. So, dun din po sa government, work in government, a total of 193 cities, including po region 1, 2, and Car. So, kanina po, nabanggit na, already reported by Mr. Nikos, yung kay track of depression Samuel. So yesterday, as of November 20 po, we are expecting na it will landfall in somewhere in Dinagat, Samar-Leyte Dinagat area. But naglandfall po ito kanina kagabi sa Borongan City, yung first landfall niya. So in-expect po natin na by Thursday or Friday, according to Nikos, na it will exit PAR. So these are the statistics of forecast TC and actual TC for 2018. So for January 2018, 0 or 1, our forecast is 0 or 1, and we have 1. February, 0 or 1, nagkaroon din po ng isa. March, 0 or 1, meron din isa. So April, 0 or 1, so wala po tayong naging bagyo. May, 1 or 2, wala din. June, 1 or 2, tatlo po yung ating naging bagyo. So, sumobra ng isa. July, 2 to 4. So, sakto, 4. August 2018, 2 or 3. Nagkaroon tayo ng dalawa. Safe din. September, 2 or 3. 4 ang ating naging bagyo. And then, October, 2 or 3. Dalawa naman po. And then, November, 1 or 2. Nagkaroon tayo ngayon ng isa si Samuel. At saka, meron pa tayong isang namamataan na mas malakas kay Samuel. So, these are these names of tropical cyclone within the Philippine Area of Responsibility since January 2017. So, meron na po we have 19 PCs that entered our Philippine Area of Responsibility for this year. So, these are our auxiliary list in case magkulang po yung ating mga pangalan dito sa 2018. And then, below is the commissioned names of the tropical cyclone because it brought damages to properties amounting to 1 billion pesos or higher and loss of lives to 300 persons or more. Yan po, kaya siya na-decommission. These are the tracks of monthly climatological tracks of typhoon from 1948 to 2016. So, from September, October, November, yung track po is northwestward, and then kung may meron din pong chance na mag-cross siya, mag-landfall or mag-cross kapag November, dito po sa sa Visayas or Northern Mindanao area, yung kanyang track. And then makikita po natin average tropical cyclone frequency. So, mas pinakamarami po talagang bagyo na dumadaan po sa ating bansa during southwest monsoon season. So, ngayon po, November, bumababa na po. So, ito po yung ginagamit ng PAGASA to get our percent of normal. So, actual over the normal times 100. So, yung less than 40 is way below normal, red. 41 to 80, below normal, yellow. 81 to 120, green, near normal. And greater than 120 is the above normal. So, ito po yung ginagamit natin to describe our rainfall. So, for the month of September 2018, makikita natin yung normal rainfall is yung concentration po ng ulan nasa western sections of our country dahil ito po ay southwest monsoon season pa rin. So, yung actual niya, makikita po natin na dito sa western sections of our country, we receive near to above normal rainfall, particularly sa La Union and Pangasinan. So, dahil po ito sa mga bagyo na si Typhoon Ompong noong September. And then for the percent of normal, we can see that generally near to above normal rainfall in most parts of the country except po dito sa Ilocos Norte, Southern Luzon, Mimaropa, Bicol, Southern Leyte, and dito po sa Davao and Cotabato City. So these are the actual rainfall per province in millimeter and in percent of normal for September. And then the rainfall for October. So makikita po natin na yung percent of normal, generally in most parts of the country, way below normal po yung ating mga natanggap na pag-ulan. So except lang po dito sa Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, at saka dito po sa Davao City, Davao del Sur, Davao del Norte, and Cotabato. So makikita po natin na kulang pa rin po yung ating mga natanggap. We receive less rainfall for this month of October. So these are the actual rainfall per province for millimeter and percent of normal. And then for November 1 to 18, so most parts of Luzon, makikita po natin is still way below normal yung ating rainfall that we receive. And then, below to way below normal. And then, near to above lang po dito sa Agusan del Sur, Surigao, Zamboanga Peninsula, Palawan, central and southern part of Palawan, and some portions in Samar, eastern Samar. So these are the matrix of millimeter and percent of normal per province. And then for the actual temperature for September, so makikita po natin dito sa mga legends, yung white po na circle is near average, yung blue slightly below, and then papuntang dark blue way below average, and then yung light red is slightly above average, and then yung dark red, way above average. So for Luzon, makikita natin ng September, near to slightly below air surface temperature were experienced in Luzon, while slightly above naman po dito sa Visayas and Mindanao. So actual temperature for October, generally near to slightly above average surface air temperature were experienced in most parts of our country. So for the actual temperature for November 1 to 18, so makikita natin na mas dominant po yung above average surface air temperature. So near to above average surface air temperature were experienced in most parts of our country during November 1 to 18. So for the observed temperature extreme for the month of October, so the highest is 36.1 in Cotabato City on October 12. So it surpassed the station's extreme record of 34.8 last October 30, 1987. So the lowest temperature is 13.5 in Baguio City, October 4, pero hindi niya na-surpass yung 11.3 noong October 26, 1913. So for Metro Manila, the highest is 34.7 at Naiya, Pasay, October 12. And then yung station's extreme, so hindi niya po, it did not surpass the station's extreme record of 36 last October 24, 1976. So the lowest is 22 in Port Area, Manila, October 28, and then yung extremes niya is 19.5, October 26, 1913. So yung historical record for all stations monitored all months, so the highest is 42.2 in Tuguegarao, April 22, 1912, and May 11, 1969. So the lowest is 6.3 at Baguio noong January 18, 1961. So for Metro Manila pa rin po, so 38.6 at Port Area Manila noong May 17, 1915 and 14.5 at Port Area Manila pa rin, January 11, 1914. So for January to October 31, 2018, so the highest is 40 degrees centigrade at Isus Etiague last June 3, and the lowest 11.2 at Baguio City, March 11. So for Metro Manila stations, 37.2 was recorded last May 26, 27, and 28 at Naiya, Pasay, and 19.8 last March 11 at Science Garden, Quezon City. So for the month of November, as of November 18, yung extreme for the month of November is highest 36 degrees centigrade at Catbalogan, Western Samar. It was recorded last November 1 and 8. So nasurpass niya po yung 35.5 na extreme record niya nung November 30, 2012. So the lowest is 12.8 at Baguio City, November 14. And then yung extreme record is 9.2, November 30, 1989. So for Metro Manila, highest is 34.7 and the lowest is 22.7 at Science Garden, Quezon City. And then yung highest para sa 34.7 Sport Area Manila, November 1. And then stations extremes record niya, so hindi rin po niya ito na-surpass ang kanyang mga extremes record. So for the historical record din po, all station monitored all months, so highest is 42.2 pa rin sa Tuguegarao noong April 22, 1912 and May 11, 1969. So yung lowest is 6.3 at Baguio pa rin po. And then for Manila stations, 38.6 in Port Area Manila, May 17, 1915, and 14.5 Port Area Manila, January 11, 1914. And for January to November 18, so yung highest is 40 degrees sa Isu Etiague, last June 3, and the lowest is 11.2, Baguio City, March 11. So for Metro Manila stations, 37.2 Naiya, Pasay City, May 26, 27, and 28, and then 19.8 degree centigrade Science Garden, Quezon City, March 11. So for the summary, so for September, near to above normal rainfall in most parts of the country, including Metro Manila, and then below normal po in provinces of Ilocos Norte, Batangas, Quezon, most provinces in Mimaropa, Camarines Norte, Northern Panay, Leyte, Davao City, Davao del Sur, and Cotabato. And then for thesis enter the Philippine Area of Responsibility, the observed surface and temperature were generally near to below average in most parts of Luzon, while near to above average in most parts of Visayas and Mindanao. Two stations have surpassed their historical extreme maximum temperature, namely Clark 34.9 on September 29 and Infanta Quezon 20 degree on September 14. So for the ENSO alert system status is still El Nino watch. For the month of October, rainfall is near to above average in the provinces of Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, Davao City, Davao del Sur, and Davao del Norte, Davao del Sur, and then way below to below normal rainfall the rest of the country. 2 tropical cyclones entered the Philippine area of responsibility, and the observed surface air temperature were near to slightly above average in most parts of the country. 2 stations have surpassed their historical extreme maximum temperature in Giwan, Eastern Samar, 35.2 on October 30, and Cotabato City, 36.1 on October 12. While 1 station have surpassed its historical extreme minimum temperature in Basco, Batanes on October 28 at 16 degrees centigrade. For November 1 to 18 and November 2018, so yung rainfall condition po natin is below to way below normal rainfall conditions were experienced in Luzon, most parts of Visayas and Central and Southern Mindanao. Likewise, near to above normal rainfall conditions were observed in Siquijor, Biliran, Agusan del Norte, Surigao, Zamboanga Peninsula, and Central to Southern Mindanao. 1 TC has entered the Philippine area of responsibility, and near to above average surface air temperature were observed in most parts of the country. 1 station also surpassed its historical extreme maximum temperature in Catbalogan, Western Samar, 36 degrees centigrade on November 1 and 8. So ito po yung ating Payong Pag-asa mobile apps. You can download it po sa Google Play and App Stores. So para ma-browse nyo rin po. Pati sa iOS, available na siya. So yun lang po. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you, Che. So, yun po, no, very comprehensive talaga. September, October, November. At napansin po natin na hindi pa rin natin nararamdaman yung hanging amihan. Di ba? Yung sinasabi na yung lamig ng panahon, lalo na sa madaling araw. Anyway, so we will watch out for that. Especially po na eto na po tayo. We are into our Christmas season, our coldest months, December, January, February. So what are we expecting po for the coldest month season natin? And of course, yung ating March, April, May. So to give us the bolder and braver forecast for December, January, February, March, April, May 2019, let's call on the Chief of CLIMS, Ms. Annalisa Solis.
Thank you, Belle. Good morning to all of us. So, bravest forecast, the fearless forecast from December to May 2019. So we have seen that nasa El Nino watch pa rin tayo. So there's still probability of having El Nino in the next couple of days or months na lang po siguro, no? So ENSO updates and outlook for December to May in terms of rainfall, temperature, dry day forecast, tropical cyclone frequency, extremes, and then the summary. So, ito yung sinasabi ng different global advisories natin. El Nino is expected to form and continue through Northern Hemisphere 2018-2019. Still around 80% chance, and into spring, March, April, May, 55 to 60% chance. So, still, ang ENSO alert system nila is at El Nino watch. Pero kung titingnan natin sa Tokyo Climate Center from Japan, it is considered that El Nino conditions are present in the tropical Pacific, and they are monitoring Nino 3 regions. Sa buong ENSO alert system nila ay El Nino alert. Meron silang El Nino watch, El Nino alert, and then El Nino advisory. Pero dito sa CPC NOAA, after El Nino watch, El Nino advisory na rin. And we follow the same ENSO alert system dun sa CPC NOAA. Sa APEC Climate Center, Busan, South Korea. So, sinasabi na rin nila na from November to April 2019, November, December, February, March, April 2019, a positive El Nino Southern Oscillation Phase na El Nino yung pino-forecast nila. And it is highly probable that below normal rainfall precipitation over the Philippine Sea is predicted for the same period. So, based po dun sa nakalap nating mga global advisories dito, so PAGASA came up with a general statement. Transition from warm and so neutral conditions to El Nino is highly likely during October, November, December 2018 season, and still at El Nino watch. Hindi pa rin po tayo nagtataas ng El Nino advisory Although yung sea surface temperature anomaly during the last 4 weeks ay nasa El Nino threshold na po siya. So bakit hindi pa nagtataas ang pag-asa ng El Nino advisory? Although the sea surface temperature anomaly has already reached the El Nino threshold during the past 4 weeks, as shown by Cherry dun sa ating chart. So ito po yung nakikita natin na during the last 4 weeks, so talagang warming sa Central at Eastern Equatorial Pacific and also reach El Nino threshold of around 1.5 to 1. May mga 1.2 dyan. But if we could take a look at the weekly SST anomaly, yung progression niya or yung evolution niya, although above average sea surface temperature have been noted, but still nagwiwik naman yung pag-iinit niya. Ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon ng slight cooling. Instead na painit ng painit siya, medyo lumalamig siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin talaga sustain yung pag-init ng sea surface temperature anomaly. And para malaman natin, para ma-reach na talagang El Nino siya, sinabi natin ENSO is an ocean-atmosphere interaction. So, there must be coupling. So, as of now, so ito yung ating ocean indicator, the sea surface temperature anomaly. So, during the last 4 weeks, 0.7. So, within El Nino threshold na po siya. Ano ba yung gusto kong pakita dito? Ito yung atmospheric indicator natin. So, in terms of Southern Oscillation Index natin, so yung difference between sea level pressure anomaly between the west and the east represented by Tahiti and Darwin. So, hindi pa yung sustained yung negative SOI values para masabi nila nating sustain yung coupling or yung magiging fully development into an El Nino. So, hindi pa nagre-react yung atmosphere dun sa changes na warming na nangyayari, dun sa sea surface temperature sa ocean. So, still hindi pa nagko-coupled. And also, dito sa tinatawag nating outgoing long wave radiation, yung OLR anomalies natin, although may nakikita tayong positive OLR anomalies na established na yung suppressed convection dito sa western portion ng ating sea, but then negative OLR anomalies were observed in the western Pacific. Para makita or malaman natin na fully established yung coupling in terms of OLR anomalies, meron dapat na highly negative convection or highly negative OLR anomalies dito sa dateline, sa tinatawag na 180 dito sa may Western Central and Eastern Equatorial Pacific. So ito yung hinahanap natin. Wala talaga, no? So ito yung hinahanap natin kasi hindi pa ganun kalakas yung OLR negative anomalies na magkaroon ng full convective activity dito sa may Central at Eastern Equatorial Pacific. So meaning it is not fully coupled yet between the ocean and the atmosphere. And kailangan natin ng coupling kasi para malaman natin whether an El Nino will be fully developed or masusustain siya. Kasi ito yung magsasabi sa atin kung ito ba talaga ay makaka-apekto sa global climate and also yung climate pattern natin dito sa Philippines. So that's why konti na lang yung gano'n. So, yun po. Kaya that's why still at El Nino watch. So, kapag na-sustain na itong coupling na ito, and that's the time na pwede nating masabi na a full-fledged El Nino might develop in the next weeks or months and pwede siya magtuloy-tuloy in at least 6 months. So, yun po yung pinapakita natin dito. So, balik tayo sa probabilistic. Okay. So, in terms of probabilistic El Nino forecast, so based on consensus of CPC and ERI forecasters, so it chooses both human judgment and in addition to model output. So ito yung official na pinapalabas nila every first Wednesday of the month. And then ito yung ina-update nila every third Wednesday of each month, which is purely objective and so probability forecast. So based on model output alone, walang sinasabing human judgment na except na ginagamit nila dito sa official probabilistic and so forecast. So increasing probability of more than 90% of having an El Nino, November, December, January season, and possibly siya mag-sustain at around more than 50% come June, July, August 2019 season. So yun yung nakikita niya. And eto naman yung nakikita natin. So eto yung El Nino, La Nina, neutral climatological probability. So makikita natin during November, December, January season, there is higher probability based on climatology of having El Nino during this time of the season, November, December, January season. And based from model predictions of ENSO, inilabas nila November, in terms of SST anomaly for the 9 overlapping months, starting the current month, October, November, December, November, December, January, up to July, August, September. So you will see some inconsistencies among model na magkakaroon ng El Nino and so neutral until July, August, September 2019 forecast period. But still nakikita natin of having El Nino condition November, December, January in terms of SST anomaly. Kung titingnan natin yung CPC consolidated, yung blue, yung darker blue shades po dyan. So makikita natin still ma-maintain niya up to April, May, June. Kung yung titingnan natin yung consolidated ones. So based naman po dun sa average ng both dynamical and statistical model. So there are some inconsistencies pero makikita po natin na still possibly siyang magtuloy-tuloy up to second quarter of next year. Yun ang sinasabi ng both statistical and dynamical model averages. So here makita po natin it might reach an El Nino threshold November, December, January. So sabi nga natin, iintayin natin yung coupling niya. Ano po? So in terms of SST anomaly at hindi pa natin nakikita yung how the atmosphere reacts with the ocean temperature warming. So ano yung magiging lagay ng ating ulan? Given na in terms of SST warming anomaly yung nakikita natin. So, ito po yung pinakita natin kanina in terms of probabilistic forecast. So, higher probability of around 95%, November, December, January. So, sinasabi mo, kapag ganyan kataas ng probability, El Nino na talaga kasi these are all based on probability. So, outlook for December to May 2019. So, weather systems that might affect the country. So, northeast monsoon, also surge of northeast monsoon. So medyo lalamig din pa naman po tayo. So around December, January, so makakaranas po rin tayo ng mga cold surges. Local thunderstorms, easterlies, ITC set, low pressure areas, ridge of high pressure area, and then tropical cyclone. So all of these are rain-bearing tropical weather systems except for ridge of high pressure area na posibleng makapagpainit sa ating panahon. Definition of terms, so simplified version yung icons ng ating mga weather systems. Nandiyan po siya. And about our rainfall map, so simply, ito yung ginagamit natin in terms of percent normal. So simply, yung ratio ng forecast rainfall and normal rainfall, average 30 years times 100%. Ito na po yung fearless forecast natin for the month of December 2018. So, yung nasa left side, ito yung map ng normal rainfall distribution during the months of December, average from 1981 to 2010. So, ito yung normal natin. Wherein most areas in the eastern section of the country receive much rainfall. And this is the forecast rainfall in terms of millimeters for December na generally, in terms of percent normal, most of the country might experience below normal rainfall condition with some patches of way below normal over Ilocos area and then some patches of near normal rainfall condition dito po sa may Eastern Mindanao, Southern Mindanao, and some portions of Southern Visayas. Apo. Eastern Visayas. So around 3 provinces might experience way below normal rainfall, below normal around 69 provinces, and 11 provinces might experience near normal rainfall condition during the month. For January, so makikita po natin na still normally dry conditions sa less rainfall sa western section ng ating country, particularly Luzon. And normally during the months of January, so affected by northeast monsoon and other cold front and intertropical convergence zone. Ito yung mga rain-bearing na nagbibigay ng pag-uulan dito sa eastern section ng ating bansa normally. And in terms of forecast rainfall, in terms of millimeter, so percent normal, generally way below to below normal rainfall condition. Although may mga near normal rainfall condition pa rin po tayo na posibleng makaapekto dito sa may part po ng Visayas, extreme northern Mindanao, and portions of Bicol area. Tama ba? Southern. Okay. For the month of February, so makikita natin na consistent way below to below normal rainfall conditions still expected sa Luzon and Visayas and western portions of Mindanao, and generally near normal rainfall conditions sa may eastern section po ng Mindanao area. For March, so makikita natin below to way below normal, so makikita na natin yung slight impact nung warming SST anomaly sa so nasa El Nino threshold siya. And ito po near to above normal rainfall condition over portions of Mindanao area, and same with some portions dito sa may Isabela, Aurora area, and part of Bicol area na may near normal rainfall condition. For the month of April, so ito yung dry condition natin, dry period din po sa most parts of ng ating bansa. So for April, so generally below to way below normal rainfall condition along the major portions of Luzon and Visayas, with some near normal rainfall condition pattern dito sa may eastern Mindanao and portions of southern Mindanao. Ano ba to? Ayan, okay. So May, so ito na yung posibleng tag-ulan natin. So normally, medyo marami na tayong ulan, most especially areas under type 1 climate normally. And forecast rainfall in terms of millimeter, we could receive as high as around 300 to 400 millimeters of rain in the whole areas of the country around May. And in terms of percent normal, so below to near normal rainfall condition. So although makaka-experience tayo ng medyo dry spell or dry condition during the dry season months natin, so pagdating ng May, medyo bawi-bawi po yung ibang lugar. So based po yan. So what is happening in the tropical Pacific in terms of warming SST anomaly? So in general, during the forecast period from December to May 2019, so makikita natin maraming dilaw, medyo maraming pula, and then medyo bawi dito sa may parts po ng Mindanao. So ito yung tabular representation po per province nung ating forecast from December to May in terms of percent normal. So Luzon halos pula at dilaw, pero may mga patches po ng mga green na pwede makabawi up to May. And then portions of Visayas, so there are potential for dry spell, dry condition that might lead to drought, except for some portions dito po sa Mindanao, nakikita natin na medyo hindi masyado apektado ang major portions po ng Mindanao based sa recent condition. In terms of millimeters of rain, rainfall per region, so in-aggregate lang po natin per region. So generally, below to way below normal rainfall condition during the forecast period in most regions of the country, except dito pagdating po ng April, May. So may mga areas along Region 8 and portions of Mindanao na medyo near normal rainfall condition. For watershed rainfall in selected dams and lakes in terms of millimeters of rain and percent normal, so still makita natin generally below to way below normal rainfall condition from December to April, and then May medyo makakabawi po yung ibang watershed natin. Generally below to near normal rainfall condition pagdating po ng Mayo. Rainfall rain stations over selected dam areas, so makita pa rin natin pula at dilaw. But still, pero kung titingnan po natin yung mga ibang dilaw, so mga around 50%, ano po, mga around 50, 59, so may mga 60%. So not necessarily naman po na walang ulan siya. May ulan pa rin po siya, kaya lang below normal lang po din talaga. And then pagbawi ng May, so generally near normal rainfall condition, maybe around 80% or more pa. So still hindi pa 100% yung makikita or marireceive na pag-uulan pagdating ng Mayo. Rainfall over selected river basins. So ito po yung river basins natin along Luzon and Mindanao. Kanong pa namin pinapromise yung river basin sa Visayas. Ano po? May isa pong river basin sa Visayas na kailangan din po nating i-include. So, next year, next year na yung pangako, hindi na next time. Next year na po. So, for Luzon and Mindanao area, so these are the river basins being monitored, being provided with this kind of forecast. So, generally below to way below normal rainfall condition. So, bawi pa rin ng February yung areas dito sa Mindanao. And including March, April, May, so yung mga river basins natin, although may mga below normal rainfall conditions, still generally near normal po. I might turn you over to Ms. Jeran for the continuation of this forecast. Okay. So magaganon-ganon na po tayo.
Okay, hello po. Magandang umaga po. Mag-change po tayo ng tao para daw po hindi kayo antokin. So, for the temperature forecast po natin, for mean temperature for December to May 2018. So, kung mapapansin po natin for December, wala po sigurong malamig ang Pasko. No? Kasi medyo makikita po natin, majority po ng country natin is makaka-experience ng near to warmer temperature, especially po over Central Luzon, which is warmer, and Visayas, and also Northern Mindanao. So, yun po yung forecast natin for mean temperature of December. So, for January naman po, expect po tayo, or there's slightly cooler over sa Northern Luzon and Visayas area, or near to average, and average po or majority po ng stations natin for the Philippines. For February, mapapansin po nating warmer over dito sa Eastern Visayas and Northern Mindanao. But near average to slightly cooler naman po over Luzon area, except po dun sa may Metro Manila na station natin, which is slightly warmer to warmer po. And of course, over Western Mindanao, makaka-experience din tayo ng slightly warmer, near average to slightly warmer temperature. Pagdating po ng March, so for March, possible slightly cooler for northern Luzon, but the near average for the rest of the country, with patches po ng mga slightly warmer to warmer na temperature over Mindanao and northern Mindanao and Mindanao area. So for April naman po is generally near average for the majority of the stations, but meron po tayong slightly cooler over northern Luzon, and a little bit of slightly warmer to warmer po over pa din around Metro Manila. So, for May, so mapapansin po natin, majority po of the country is near average, possible near average, but patch po ng warmer over, concentrated pa rin po over Metro Manila, kasama na po ang Central Luzon area. So, for our forecast for the maximum temperature, so, ito po yung ating maximum temperature. So, as high as 40 is pwede po nating ma-experience for maximum temperature for the whole Philippines, and for the minimum temperature as low as 6.9 for January over Mountainous Luzon for the whole forecast period. So, this is our forecast po for dry days. So, for December, mapapansin po natin over Western Luzon and western part of the Philippines, makakapansin po tayo ng brown, which is 26 to 31 days of dry days. So, the usual naman po, based on our climatology, mas marami po tayong dry days during the months of December, January, February for the western part, and concentrated nga yung ulan natin over the eastern part, which is also reflected po sa ating forecast for dry days, na less dry days in the eastern section po ng ating bansa. Then, pagdating naman po ng March, April, May, so for March and April, mapapansin po natin, nag-expand po yung ating area kung saan meron tayong 26 to 31 days of dry days. And for, especially po for April na ang makikita po nating medyo green, which is lesser number of dry days, is concentrated lang dito sa areas ng eastern Mindanao and dun sa eastern part ng Luzon. But majority of the country might experience 21 to 31 days of dry days. And for May, kung mapapansin natin, compared for March and April, so medyo within the 21 to 25 days na lang po yung marami nating patches of dry days and dumadami na din po yung ating number of wet days. So ito po yung matrix natin for our dry day forecast for Luzon, and this is for the Visayas area. So for the forecast po ng tropical cyclone, so our forecast for December 2018, we're expecting 1 or 2 number of tropical cyclone that might enter the Philippine area of responsibility. For January, 0 or 1. For February, still slim chance of tropical cyclone that will enter PAR. And March is 0 or 1, April is 0 or 1, and pagdating po ng May, possible 1 or 2 tropical cyclones. So a total of 2 to 4 tropical cyclone might enter PAR during the period of December 2018 to May of 2019. So this is our average tropical cyclone frequency track. So kung mapapansin natin, majority of the track is still July, August, September, October, then konti na siya pagdating ng November and December. And for January to April, makapansin natin is medyo konti po yung ating tropical cyclone na pumapasok sa PAR. So this is the climatology of the tropical cyclone tracks from 1948 to 2016. So for December, usually po ang ating mga tracks is nagko-cross over Visayas area. Then, pagdating ng January, February, March, April, and May, mapapansin natin mas konti nga ang tracks and usually is nagre-recurve sila over the ocean. So, ito po din yung pinakita kanina actually. So, for the summary po natin is warm and so neutral condition has persisted during August, September, October of 2018 season. Then, SST in the tropical Pacific is now exceeded the El Nino thresholds. However, atmospheric indicators such as trade winds, yung cloudiness, pressure patterns, and the SOI or Southern Oscillation Index have not yet show consistent and sustained signs of El Nino. So that's why hindi pa po tayo nag-raise ng El Nino advisory. And transition from warm and so neutral conditions to El Nino is highly likely during OND of 2018. So as of now, ENSO alert system status is still El Nino watch. For the rainfall forecast for December 2018, so generally below normal rainfall conditions with patches of near normal over eastern Mindanao. And for January, way below rainfall condition to below normal rainfall conditions will be likely over major portions of the country, with near normal rainfall is expected in some provinces of Davao, Caraga region, and eastern Visayas region. And for February, way below normal rainfall condition is expected in Luzon, Visayas, and western Mindanao, while the rest of the Mindanao will likely experience near normal rainfall condition. And consistent po siya with March, which is generally way below normal rainfall conditions in portions of Luzon and Visayas. But for Mindanao area, there are also near normal to above normal rainfall conditions during that period, during March of 2019. So for April of 2019, again, way below normal rainfall conditions, except for eastern Visayas, Davao region, and Soc-Sargen and Caraga region. And lastly, unlike po dun sa previous 5 months, May will experience generally below normal rainfall condition in portions of Visayas, but near normal rainfall conditions in both Luzon, majority of the areas in Luzon and Mindanao. So for our temperature, generally near average to slightly warmer than average temperature during the forecast period. And for tropical cyclone, we're expecting 2 to 4 tropical cyclones that may enter or develop PAR and potential meteorological dry spell to drought conditions likely in most areas of Luzon and Visayas in the coming months. So, PAGASA will continue to closely monitor and update possible development of El Nino, and updates and advisory shall be issued as appropriate. So, our next Climate Outlook Forum, or the 108 Climate Forum, is tentative on December 19, 2018. So, maraming salamat po.
Wow, thank you, Joanne and Miss Anna. So, yun po, no, tandem forecasting. Kaya, bolder and brave.